Okay, we're back at Ultra Garage, and today we're outside the garage and we're using CarPro Perl. That's a tire dressing, one of my favorites so far. It has good durability, and I just want to show you, we just started right here. This tire has been properly prepped. This is a newer tire, but make sure you properly prep. Like anything, it's going to last a lot better. So strip your tire using a good soap, mild degreaser. Don't use a heavy degreaser, or at least a heavy mix of it. I like to use an alcohol wipe, possibly even a bit of lacquer thinner, lightly. I wouldn't use that all the time, but get that tire thoroughly clean because it makes a difference on whatever dressing you're going to use. But you can see that it's already, and this tire already looked good because it's new, and the CarPro Perl makes a definite impression right away. But my technique is to saturate the tire. I go around, I've mixed this up. CarPro Perl is a concentrate, and it's a water-based product, and you can mix it to the concentration that you like. You could put it on straight. I haven't found the need to do that. This is a mix with distilled water, approximately 3/4 distilled water and a quarter, well actually 3/4 Perl to a quarter water. So 3 to 1, or however you want to look at that. And I just find a good small bottle so I can mix up small portions at a time, and because it goes a long ways, and the finer the sprayer you can get, the longer you can make the product last. And saturate the tire, spray it in all your nooks and crannies. This is a all-terrain tire, and I'm going to do a review on this tire at a later video, so get in all the grooves and stuff. And to use a microfiber on a tire, rim is one thing, but to use it on a tire is a waste of a microfiber. I don't care if it's a cheap one or a good one, but to me that's a waste of a microfiber. I just find a good quality shop towel, and you can buy them in bulk on the internet. Pay a little better, quality for some of them. They don't lint as bad, but they seem to hold up well. And just start rubbing. That's been the best technique for me. You just start rubbing it in. This stuff it doesn't have a bad smell, but to me smells are irrelevant if a product works well. So this baloney that, I'm going to tell you it smells good and everything else, who cares, as long as it works good. I don't care what it smells like, but just keep rubbing it in. And you can do 2 coats. 2 coats does seem to help, but you'll find right away, I'm sure you can hopefully pick this up on video, that it makes a very nice looking tire. It's somewhere between, it's not flat. It's a little more than satin, but on some tires it could turn out as satin. But it's that happy medium, unless you're into extreme high gloss. You could put it on a little thicker, possibly use a sponge brush or a paintbrush, and just make sure you don't have runs, and you could actually leave the product on and not rub it in. But I believe the first coat should be rubbed in thoroughly, and if you get it on the rim, it's no problem. It doesn't hurt any rims. If it's a bare, untreated, meaning no clear coat on an aluminum rim, I might tend to get that off of there a little bit. Otherwise, I don't worry about it till the end. But just rub that in with your rag. If you feel like you need a brush to get into some of the nooks and crannies, then do so. But this CarPro Perl, CarPro being the brand, Perl being the product, it's very universal. It's excellent for plastic, rubber trim inside and outside. And the more it's diluted, the less it has the slickness to it. So if your interior products, you don't like that slippery feel, then just dilute it a little more, and it still has good protection. It seems to bring back the depth, the luster of the plastic. I don't know if I'd say it restores it, but it definitely does seem to liven it up, deepen it, richen it, and it has protection. And it's just a very, very nice universal product for rubber and plastic. Just if you ever use it on floor mats, make sure it's highly diluted. You just don't want your customers or yourself to be slipping and sliding on your on your floor mats in your vehicle. I don't know if I said placemats, but I meant floor mats. But it's highly universal product. I really enjoy it. It's because it's a concentrate. I think it's economical by you got to remember you're mixing it with water. So, the bottle itself might seem like it's a little much, and I can quote you prices, but the prices are always changing. But it's somewhere between $15 and $20 for 16 ounces, I believe. And CarPro's been around a long time. You don't have to worry about it being tested. You can find, if you look around the internet, you can find plenty of guys. Way more guys use it that you've never heard in the professional line. They're just not going to waste their time doing a video on it. But you can see, it dries fast. It doesn't leave an oily residue that all the dirt in the air or dust is going to stick to, and it cures pretty fast. I've had rainstorms come through an hour later, and the durability wasn't compromised, and it beads. And when some of the products beads, it kind of you can tell at least it's there and holding up, and it seems to last quite a while. I think better than most products. And tire dressings are hard to keep lasting. So prep is key. Get the tire stripped, and I don't know if I spray another coat here right away, because you don't have to wait very long. It cures pretty fast. If you can see really a difference, but the durability will change. You might get a little more gloss. You could use the same rag second time around. Just find a second side of the rag, and if you don't have to saturate the tire again the second time around. Just take the rag and spray a bunch of, and it won't soak in as much second time around, so you don't need as much. As you can see, this little bottle, I've done several vehicles with one mix of this little extra bottle I came up with, it goes a long ways. I've had this product, one of those bottles, for over a year, and done many vehicles. And these big truck tires take a lot of product, but in the same sense that when you're diluting it, it seems to stretch. It flows around the tire quite nicely. It doesn't just soak in and then you can't get anywhere with it. And as long as you rub it in, because that's part of the key, you rub it into the pores of the rubber or the plastic. Now, if you're rubbing interior plastics, you should have a microfiber in that case, and make sure you're not scratching. You wouldn't want to use one of these shop towels, these professional shop towels, that the service garages use, because that's what I'm using. And I prefer the white ones, because then you don't have to worry about the blue or the red bleeding out on anything. So I make sure I always find the white shop towels, and you can get them in bulks of several hundred in a bag, and it's very economical then. So you can see I think it's awesome. It just cures really fast, and it just doesn't leave that slimy feel, but yet it does leave a slick feel on the tires, so it helps to the stuff doesn't stick to it as good. But keep in mind, every tire, I'm going to grab the bottle just to show you a glimpse of the bottle, and I don't know which way I'm got to turn it right here, so it's the right way. So yeah, it's about a 16-ounce bottle, and like I say, I think it's $15-$20, but the price may have changed, and you got to kind of look around and see if you can find some discounts and stuff. But shake it up. Always shake all your products really good, unless it actually says on the bottles don't shake. Otherwise, everything. I don't care if it's a wax, a sealant, a tire shine. But I really enjoy this stuff. It's kind of hard to beat. I think the next level that you would look at compared to this would be an actual rubber coating, an actual coating, not a pretend coating, a real coating, not something that just says it's a coating and it's actually a sealant. But something in a tire coating would be the way to go, or something that actually says sealant, I guess. But it really, you can see it deepens it, it richens it. It has I think it has the right amount of shine. Depending on the brand of the tire, the mold, the age of the tire, you might have to play around a little bit with how many layers. But a lot of the tires. I can get away with one heavy layer, but I tend to do two quick ones anyway because it just durability is increased, and I like it just a little bit shinier. But again, I really enjoy this CarPro Perl, and like I say, compared to other stuff, because it doesn't, to just do a review on just this product and not tell you compared to anything else. There just isn't a lot of good rubber and plastic products out there that richen and deepen and protect, that don't leave a slimy layer on it. It's as right now. You can tell it's dry. It's already cured, and it's not like it's 70 degrees out here, and it'll be pretty much waterproof in the next hour. But I've had scattered showers pop up on me kind of quickly, and it still is fine. So CarPro Perl, take a look at it. That's my favorite for Ultra Garage today. Thanks. So again, with this product, you really don't have to worry about it on the rims, unless of course you have an unsealed rim. This is a painted rim. This is a semi-flat black, and I just take a microfiber. This I do use a microfiber, not a good one, and I just wipe it all down, and it actually leaves the rim somewhat protected, a little shiny. It even cleans it a little bit, but I give it a wipe down and it won't hurt it. And this is where I would use a microfiber, but use one of your worn out ones, one of your tired ones. Don't use your good microfiber. Some of the internet YouTube videos, they make it sound like you got to have these $5 a piece microfibers for everything you do, and you don't. You really don't. So, but give it a quick wipe down. Don't worry, it comes off easily. If it dried a little bit on you, just dampen your microfiber. It'll just spread it. It'll come off real nice. But it actually leaves the rim looking really nice, and it makes it look like you detailed the rim. So it's a trick I've done for many years for myself and customers and what have you. Just cars I've set up for sale and stuff. It's just don't worry about the overspray with some of these products. It actually leaves the rim looking really neat. In fact, if you treat this plastic center cap on a lot of these vehicles, it actually richens them and deepens the plastic and makes them look really nice. So again, this product is very universal, and that's it. Okay, tip of the day from Ultra Garage. All these open rims, these big open rims, and this isn't one that's as open as some of the really big wide open gaps, but nevertheless you have an open hole here. When you're putting your tire sealant, anything on your tire or your rims, do not spray through your rims to your rotor. It can affect your braking, and it can actually ruin your brake pads, and you'll be wondering, especially on a performance vehicle, but you can end up with damaging the rotor. The brake pad will push the product into the rotor, and you'll wonder why you're having chattering or high spots on your rotor or skips, and it won't wear right. And this is a known problem, and it took a long time for some of the manufacturers to figure out what was going on, and it's been tracked back to product overspray onto your rotors through these big gaps in these big rims nowadays, whether it's a car or a truck. So do not try to block it with a rag or a hand. If you insist on spraying the product onto your tire or your rim, with your rim it's nearly impossible to prevent it. So you've got to put it on a rag and apply it. But it's a known problem, so if you care about your brakes or your rotors, do not get any overspray through there. So that's the tip of the day from Ultra Garage.